Hello, my beautiful human. Welcome back to the She Did It Anyway podcast. I am so excited you're here today, and I hope that you are just having such a beautiful week. And if you're not, I hope that these episodes help you to show up 110% for yourself. If nobody else, for yourself. Let's just dive into this episode because it is one that I didn't actually even realize was a thing. What we're going to talk about today is I didn't realize this was a thing until my last call last night with my brand business accelerator student, which is our brand and business course. We were talking about our intentions and our goals and some roadblocks that were coming up. And one of the affirmations that came up was all about community and how we have such valuable community members and support. It was something along those lines of support and community. And it had me thinking that we can't rely on one group of people, like one set of friends, family members, to support us in all of the ways that we as a human need to be supported. And with that thought, I was flooded with ideas after I got off that call, and it made me really just start thinking, well, what types of communities do we have? What type of communities am I in? And what type of support do I need? And why can't I have one community that gives me all of that support? And I broke down 4 different communities that I truly believe we need to thrive in society, in our life. 4 different communities. And we're going to talk about them today. So the first community was friends and family. My friends and family are the best, genuinely the best. They're always supporting me. They're always there. They give me, some really raw, unfiltered advice. And they're just really, really, really great. I've had that community the longest. They are the ones that know me inside and out. They're the ones that are always just rooting me on. They have my best interest in mind. That is just one set of community members. I also realized that I have and need a peer community. So a community full of my peers, people that are doing the same thing as me or have the same goals and aspirations as I do. People that are actively experiencing what I have experienced or am experiencing. And I didn't realize that that was different than my friends and family community, because not all my friends and family can give me advice like my peers give me advice. And I can't expect them to do that because they don't know what I'm going through. They don't know what it's like being an entrepreneur unless they are an entrepreneur. And that's not to say they don't give me advice or they can't give me advice. They give me amazing advice. Sometimes it's crap advice, but that's fine. Mostly from my family. No, just kidding. But really, my peers are going through it. And so the tools and the tricks and the resources that I receive from them and vice versa is different than my family and my friends. I then realized that I have a community of my clients. Now, this community, these are people that I support and they support me. I provide value to them. They provide value to me in a completely different way. Very similar to my call that I had last night with our brand business accelerator client. We were talking about these communities and the support and loyalty and all of that. And I realized, oh my God, I have all of these ideas that stemmed and came from this conversation. That's value that they provided to me without even realizing. And so now I'm recording this podcast episode all about it. So my client community just provides me so much value. And then it also allows me to really just sharpen my craft and leave there feeling, whether it's an event or a call, whatever it is, an email, I'm feeling so motivated because I was able to live out my passion through this community. And then the last community I have are my advisors community. So this is a community filled with mentors, leaders, advisors, trainers, people that are supporting me. And they're people that are usually ahead of where I am, and they're usually where I want to go, right? These are people that are giving me advice, supporting me in my business. I was trying to think of like different ones. So I have advisors for empowered confidence. I have advisors for the podcast itself. I have mentors for my personal growth, therapists, life coaches, fitness trainers, like all of these. Those are my advisor. That's my community. Those are my assets. I was talking to Sebastian's teacher. Now Sebastian's in first grade, and during our parent teacher conference, we were talking about, how he's doing and all the things. And one of the things she asked was like, do I have any concerns? And so Sebastian is 7 now, and he has been, if you're watching this live, you see my face and like struggling to put this in words, but he's starting to use words and languages that like we don't do that in this house. Okay. He's 7. Like he shouldn't be saying some of the things that he's saying, and he's hearing it off the bus. Now, I am this like delusional mom that thinks my kid is perfect, but I'm also a realistic mom that like knows my kid is, a little shit at times as well. And Sebastian, if you're listening to this, I love you so much. But when he comes off of this bus, he's with all of these older kids, and I promise I'm getting to my point, but he's with all these older kids, and he has lunch with the 4th graders, and it's just, again, he's in first grade. He's a baby, my little baby. And I was telling her that my concern was that he's using these words and languages and hearing these stories that like I don't necessarily want him to hear right now, but like, how do I protect him from that? And she said something that I've never thought about before. And she said, she first said that you should tell him, just as much as we value the food that we put into our bodies to take care of our bodies, we also value the words, the thoughts, the feelings, the things that we see, the things that we hear. All of that stuff that we are consuming affects us as well. It's not just the food and nutrients that we're consuming. It's also the conversations we're having, the thoughts we're having, the things that we're watching, the things that we're hearing that will either make us into a healthy and happy person or not. And I loved that. So if you're a parent listening to that, I don't know if you love that as well, but I did. She also said, Marina, use us as your assets. And I was like, what do you mean? And she was like, Sebastian's teachers, his counselors, his coaches, use those as your assets. At home, you guys are supposed to be his like comfort blanket, right? Their support are his supporters, his family, the people that are rooting him on and guiding him and supporting him and want the best for him. You're still making rules and implementing those rules, but use your teachers and your coaches and your trainers and his mentors and everybody that is there to support him as your assets as parents. So, for instance, saying things like, hey, how do you think your football coach would feel about this? Or, hey, would you do this in front of your teacher? And why? Why wouldn't you do that? Hey, let's go talk to this teacher to see how she can support you with this, right? We have these assets. And I realized that it's because we're in different groups. That's his advisor, his mentor community. Those are his role models in terms of, oh, I need advice from them, or I'm going to listen to them. I'm learning from them. And it goes back to this advisor community of these are people of where I want to be. And they're giving me advice. They're giving me support. And I'm listening to them and I'm implementing them. They're giving me strategies. They're helping me. And I realized that throughout our life, we need different types of support at different times. Before I was an entrepreneur, like, to be honest, I didn't have many mentors. I looked up to people. I had amazing managers, but I had actually one really amazing manager. Everybody else I hated. Not that I hated. They were just not, they were like on power trips and they just didn't know how to manage. I had one specific just manager that was such a great role model at Yahoo. And she was the exact, like the perfect example of how I want to be as a mom and a businesswoman and a wife and a friend. Like she was just amazing. And so, oops, sorry. And so when I was thinking about different communities, like I didn't have a client community. I wasn't really close with my friends with my clients while I was at Yahoo. From a relationship business standpoint, sure, but not the way I am now. When I think about peer community, I had that community for sure at Yahoo, but it's different, of course, as an entrepreneur. But you realize that you need these groups, you need these different types of communities. The community that I had that was giving me advice from my peers at Yahoo, I needed that because my friends and family didn't know what I was experiencing at Yahoo, right? And so you need different types of support. So to just recap what those communities are is your friends and family. Those are super supportive. They're going to root you on. They're going to give you the advice. You're probably going to know them the longest and they're the closest, right? They're the closest. Sometimes they're not experiencing the things that you are experiencing. And so that's where your peer community comes from. I've met so many amazing peers in masterminds, retreats that I've attended, conferences that I've attended. I've put myself in circles. You know, when they say get in the room so you can find those peers, not just the advisors and the mentors and the opportunities, but get in the room so you can find your peers so they can support you. They can root you on and they can also tell you, hey, girl, you're not alone. You're not the only one that's experiencing this. I actually went through this. Here's how to get over it. Here's how to get through it. Here's a tool that I know that can help you because it helped me. And then your client community. Those are the people that are supporting you, but you're supporting them. You're really fine-tuning your craft every single time and mastering your craft every single time that you support them. You're getting better and better and better, and you're providing more value. And in return, that's building your confidence because you get off a call or you stop working with a client and you're like, damn, I'm really good at what I do. Like, I really helped that person do that. Like, hell yeah. And so the support and the value that you receive from that community is just insane. And then the last one, it's your mentor, it's your advisor community. You need people that are ahead of you. You need role models. You need people that are where you want to go, where you want to be. Those are the people that are going to support you and give you the advice, and you're going to listen to them. I truly feel like we will be well-rounded humans and feel supported, the most supported with those 4 communities. I want to hear from you. What community do you feel like you are missing right now? I know that whenever I have clients in our course, there's so many times that I hear, oh my God, you guys are supporting me more than my family and friends. That's why you need more than one community, right? When my clients are taking me on as, or joining my courses and and my retreat and my mastermind and doing consulting and one-on-one, like all of that, it's a completely different experience and completely different support than it is my friends and family because I get to mentor them. And so they need that mentorship to feel supported, to keep going, to find that motivation, to have the strategy from someone that is where they want to be. And then my friends and family, those are the people that I always go back to, like till death do us part. I'm really excited to hear what communities you currently have and where you feel like you're lacking. If it's a peer community, go find yourself a mastermind, an event to attend, a conference to attend, podcast to listen to, a Facebook group to join. It is not an excuse anymore to not find a community. There's literally community and Facebook pages for like cat moms who love to knit. Like, you'll find it. Google it. Your client community, those are not just transactional. Build a community with your clients. That is how you're going to keep growing and just get that affirmation of you're doing such a great job through your clients, through the success of your clients. And of course, your mentors. You have a mentor right here. I'm always by your side. I love you. I hope you have an amazing week, and I cannot wait to hear about your communities. Love you, love you, love you. Bye.